Good afternoon and welcome to Allentown. Just kidding, welcome to today's breaks. We've got the Topps Series 2 Hobby 1 Boxer coming at you right off the bat. This is break 958. But first we've got some teams to auction off. And we're going to do them as a 5-pack because we're feeling generous today. We'll do all 5 teams. And we'll start the bidding at $5. So that's going to be the D-backs, the Orioles, the Cubs. What's up, T-Man? Good to see you. The Rockies and the Brewers. A little 5-pack of teams here for this break 958. And we're going to start the bidding at $5 for that. $5 from T-Man. $5 from T-Man. $5 from T-Man. Do we have $10 for this 5-pack of teams? Well, we'll find out because we're going to start the countdown. 30 seconds on the clock. What's up, Jonathan? Alrighty. T-Man, you know what to do. The link's in the chat. And then we're going to get these teams loaded right here. And get cracking. Alrighty, here we go. This is break 958, the 2021 Topps Series 2 1 Boxer. We've got that hobby exclusive pack right there, and then we've got all the packs. Here we go. We're starting off with this Zach Birdie RC of the Chicago White Sox, followed by Tucker Davidson of the Atlanta Braves, Mark Mathias of the Milwaukee Brewers, and then Jojo Romero of the Phillies. Following that up, we've got Chris Davies of the Rangers, Donovan Solano of the Giants, Cole Hamels of the Braves, Brian Reynolds of the Pirates, Cole Calhoun of the Diamondbacks, followed up by Robbie Grossman of Detroit, Steven Strasburg of the Nationals, DJ LeMahieu of the Yankees, Alec Mills of the Cubs, and Kendall Graveman of the Mariners. And we're on to our second pack here. We've got Tanner Houck of the Boston Red Sox, followed by Brent Rooker of the Twins. Then we've got Miguel Urias of the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed by Jose Marmelos of the Seattle Mariners. Bunch of rookies out of these first 2 packs, followed by Corey Seager of the Dodgers, Gary Sanchez of the Yankees, Ender Encarte of the Braves, Didi Gregorius of the Phillies, Mike Sorka of the Braves, the Juan Soto of the NL All-Stars, Anthony Desclafani of the Giants, Brandon Lowe of the Rays, Ryan McMahon of the Rockies, and we have Tanner Rourke of the Blue Jays. Next up, Luis Campusano of the Padres RC, followed by Pavin Smith of the Diamondbacks. And now we got a Twins up the middle. Players recreate the namesake card, followed by a Cincinnati Reds team card, the Kansas City Royals. Then we've got Zach Eflin of the Phillies, Christian Arroyo of the Red Sox, Tony Watson of the Giants, Jose Abreu of the White Sox, followed up by Jake Fraley of the Mariners, CJ Cron of Detroit, Victor Robles of the Nationals, Lance McCullens Jr. of the Astros, and Billy Hamilton of the Cubs. Ozzie Albies of the Braves, followed by the New York Mets team card, the championship fireworks, the Dodgers, Brendan Rodgers of the Rockies, Alejandro Kirk RC of the Toronto Blue Jays, followed up by Carlos Carrasco of the Mets, Jose Martinez of the Mets, Jonathan Schoop of Detroit, Rowdy Yellows of the Blue Jays. We've got the Ronald Acuna Jr., the 40 years of baseball right there of the Atlanta Braves going to Mark. And then we've got Austin Barnes of the Dodgers, Mike Bruchot of the Rays, Pablo Lopez of the Marlins, and Josh Fleming of the Rays as well. Especially with this Top Series 2, but going forward, I think we might have a couple Top Series 2 tomorrow night, and then we're done with it as the eBay breaks. They're just too long for sure. Gregory Polanco of the Pirates, the Cleveland team card, Seattle Mariners, Boston Red Sox, Oakland Athletics. Then we've got Ryan Presley of the Astros, Jared Dyson of the White Sox, David Price of the Dodgers, Edwin Rios of the Dodgers. We have a DJ LeMahieu 0-60 batting average right there. Followed up by Ben Gamel of the Brewers, a Adonis Medina RC of the Phillies. Followed up by Jeff McNeil of the Mets and Jahmai Jones of the Orioles. Now we got the Toronto Blue Jays team card, followed by Jim Man Choi of the Rays, the Houston Astros, Matt Barnes of the Red Sox, followed by Keston Hiura of the Brewers. Then we've got a Johan Heim RC of the Texas Rangers, followed by Mitch Garver of the Twins, Andre Scrub of the Houston Astros. Then we've got Eugenio Suarez of the Reds, followed by Aaron Nola of the Phillies, Mike Moustakas of the Reds, Andrew Millar of the Cardinals, Dallas Keuchel of the White Sox, and J.P. Crawford of the Mariners. Then we've got Hanser Alberto of the Kansas City Royals, the home run handoff of the Yankees future stars James Karinach, the Ryan Reathers RC of the Padres, followed up by Craig Kimbrel of the Cubs. Then we've got Trevor Rosenthal of the Padres, Alex Cobb of the Angels, Kevin Kramer of Pittsburgh, Ty Buttrey of the Angels, Tommy La Stella of the Giants, George Springer of the Blue Jays, Dylan Betances of the Mets, Corey Dickerson of Miami, and Jazz Chisholm of the Marlins as well. Next up, we got Andrew Haney of the Angels. The Tampa Bay Rays baseball is fun, followed by Drew Rasmussen of the Milwaukee Brewers. And we've got Corey Kluber of the Yankees, followed up by Will Castro of the Detroit Tigers. We've got Noah Syndergaard of the Mets, Steve Cishek of the White Sox, Carlos Martinez of the Cardinals, Sandy Alcantara of the Marlins, the George Springer 35th anniversary edition of the Blue Jays, Corbin Bunez of the Brewers, followed by a Luis Alexander Basabe RC of the San Francisco Giants. Next up, we got Alex Avila of the Nationals and a Garrett Crochet RC to finish off that pack. Boston Red Sox shopping cart shirt, followed by Rio Ruiz of the Orioles, Antonio Senzala of the Rockies, the Tom Hatch RC of the Toronto Blue Jays, followed by Cabrian Hayes of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Then we've got Framber Valdez of the Astros, Dustin May of the Dodgers, Daniel Bard of the Rockies, Ken Giles of the Blue Jays, followed up by a Jorge Soler home run challenge of the Kansas City Royals, Kyle Hendricks of the Cubs, Alex Dickerson of the Giants, Dwight Smith Jr. of the Reds, and Eric Hosmer of the Padres. We've got the Alex Kirilloff RC of the Minnesota Twins going to Harry Hood, followed by Jeff Matthias of the Rangers, Carl Edwards Jr., Edwin Diaz of the Mets, gloves are hats of the Blue Jays, followed up by Josh Naylor of Cleveland. And then we have Jose Leclerc of the Texas Rangers, Tucker Barnhart of the Reds, followed up by Tyler Glasnow of the Rays, Walker Buehler of the Dodgers. And that Walker Buehler is not numbered. Nick Markakis of the Braves, Kevin Newman of Pittsburgh, Carson Kelly of Arizona, and J.T. Realmuto of the Phillies. Zach Plesac of Cleveland, followed by Enrique Hernandez of the Red Sox, Garrett Cooper of Miami, Brett Phillips of the Rays, Jeff Samardzija of San Francisco, followed up by Greg Holland of Kansas City, Zach Gallen of Arizona, Ryan Braun of the Brewers, Trevor Rogers of the Miami Marlins, and then we're going to have our first numbered, and that is going to be out of 299, and that's Mike Zunino of the Tampa Bay Rays going to Harry. Followed up by Chris Bryant, Clint Frazier of the Yankees, Nathan Evalda of the Red Sox, and Brandon Bell of the San Francisco Giants. We have the Baltimore Orioles, Hold Me Back, Bro, followed up by the Miami Marlins, Fish Out of Water, Kwang Hun Kim of the Cardinals, the South Side Strength of the White Sox, followed up by Michael Pineda of the Twins, Anole Paredes of the Houston Astros. Then we've got Anthony Rendren of the Angels, followed up by James Paxton of the Yankees, David Peralta of the Diamondbacks, the NL All-Star Dave Murphy, followed up by Jermaine Marquez of the Rockies, Chajan Walker of the Blue Jays, Zach Greinke of the Astros, and Asdrubal Cabrera of the Nationals. And folks, it looks like we're going to have a short show here today, probably end by 1:30 at the latest. Even though the times are off on the bottom of the screen, they're left over from last night's show. But we'll probably end by 1:30 at the latest here. But tomorrow night, we're going to have a big boy. Giancarlo Stanton of the Yankees, Franmil Reyes of Cleveland, Isan Diaz of Miami, Adbert Alzolay of the Cubs, Luis Severino of the Yankees, followed up by Chris Bassett of the Oakland Athletics. Then we've got Renato Nunez of the Orioles, Tommy Pham of the Padres, Yasmani Grandal of the Chicago White Sox, Shed Long of the Mariners. Then we've got Hunter Dozier of Kansas City, followed up by the future stars Dylan Cease of the White Sox, Jorge Polanco of the Twins, and Dean Kramer of the Orioles. Alrighty, next up we've got Jonathan Villar of the Mets, followed by Shane McCallahan of the Rays, Ha-Sung Kim of the San Diego Padres. Then we've got Johan Ramirez of the Mariners, followed by Luen Diaz of the Miami Marlins. Next up, we have Carlos Santana of Kansas City, Yanni Chirinos of the Rays, Daniel Norris of Detroit, followed up by the Blue Jays, Randall Grichuk. And then our auto is going to be Javier Baez of the Chicago Cubs. And that is going to be going to T-Man. Followed up by Luis Arraez of the Twins, Andy Young of the Arizona Diamondbacks, David Fletcher of the Angels, and Jake Lamb of the Athletics. We've got Jonathan Aruz of the Red Sox, followed up by Julian Merriweather of the Blue Jays, Mickey Moyniak of the Phillies, and Dalton Jeffries of the Oakland Athletics are some rookies that are coming out of this pack, followed by Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers, Cedric Mullins of the Orioles, Bubba Starling of Kansas City, and then a Major League Materials, and that is Dustin May of the Dodgers going to Jonathan. Nice hit, Jonathan, right there. Followed up by Stefan Christian of the Diamondbacks, Aaron Nola of the Phillies, Austin Hedges of Cleveland, and Derek Dietrich of the Texas Rangers. We've got the Taylor Widener of the Arizona Diamondbacks, followed by Luis Garcia of the Astros, Jordan Weems of the Oakland Athletics, and then we get in here to our non-rooks, Kenley Jansen of the Dodgers, followed by Jake Cronenworth, RC of the San Diego Padres. Next up, we have Jose Berrios of the Twins, a Clark Schmidt, RC of the Yankees, and that's going to Jason. Followed by Dominic Smith of the Mets, a silver Dalton Jeffries, the 35th anniversary edition of the Shane McCallahan of the Tampa Bay Rays, RC. And next up, it's Jose Altuve of the Astros, Kurt Suzuki of the Angels, Brad Keller of the Royals, and Randy Arozarena of the Tampa Bay Rays. We've got Ryan Jeffers of the Minnesota Twins, followed by Sherton Apostle of the Rangers, Rafael Marchand of the Phillies, and Matt Foster of the White Sox, followed by JT Brubaker of the Pittsburgh Pirates. And then we have Jake Woodford of the St. Louis Cardinals. It's not Justin, but it is Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Indians, followed by Yandy Diaz of the Rays, Nick Castellanos of the Reds. Out of 2001, it's Tommy LaStella of the San Francisco Giants. Then we've got Michael Brantley of Houston, AJ Puk of the A's, Wade Miley of the Reds, and Matt Carpenter of the St. Louis Cardinals. Elvis Andrews of the Athletics, followed by Zach McKinstry of the Dodgers. And then we've got TJ Antoine of the Reds, followed by Keegan Aitken of the Baltimore Orioles, and Jonathan Stever of the White Sox, RC. Following that up, we have Jordan Hicks of the Cardinals, Alex Colome of the Twins, Adam Wainwright of the Cardinals, Yu Darvish of the Padres, a 0-60 Mike Trout, 0-60 home runs Mike Trout of the Angels, followed up by Kyle Freeland of the Rockies, Scott Kinginger of the Phillies, Nick Ahmed of the Diamondbacks, and Stephen Piscotty of the Oakland Athletics. Matt Barnes of the Red Sox, followed by Alex Young of the Diamondbacks, Jorge Soler of Kansas City, Johan Avidio of the St. Louis Cardinals, RC. Then we have Justin Turner of the Dodgers, followed by Austin Nola of the Padres, Mark Melican of the Angels, Sean Murphy of the A's, Michael Conforto of the Mets, the Randy Johnson Platinum Players card, Randy Johnson Platinum Players of the Diamondback. Oh, that one's the Seattle Mariners right there. Followed by Kyle Tucker of the Astros, Jason Kipnis of the Cubs, Ryan McDermott of Kansas City, and Nick Solak of the Texas Rangers. We have Tim LaCastro of Arizona, followed by the San Francisco Giants and Philadelphia Phillies and Chicago Cubs team cards. Ryan O'Hearn of Kansas City, and then a RC, this one, Jared Olivia of the Pittsburgh Pirates, followed up by Marcell Ozuna of Atlanta, Adam Haseley of the Phillies, Michael Chavis of the Red Sox. Another platinum players, this one, Ricky Henderson of the Oakland Athletics. And that is going to be going to Harry. Followed up by Brian Anderson of the Marlins, Braylon Marquez of the Chicago Cubs, Jed Garocco of the Brewers, and William Contreras of the Braves. We've got Braxton Garrett of the Miami Marlins, followed by Vince Velasquez of the Phillies. Then we've got Kenya Kella of Pittsburgh, the St. Louis Cardinals team card, the Los Angeles Angels team card, followed by Frenchie Cordero of the Royals, Yon Mancado of the White Sox, Tom Murphy of the Mariners, Shogo Akiyama of the Reds. Next up, we have Mike Zunino of the Rays, followed by Who Lives, Who Dies, Who Tells Trevor's Story of the Colorado Rockies. Then we've got Hyun-Jin Ryu of the Blue Jays, Jason Hayward of the Cubs, and Austin Slater of the Giants. We've got Andrelton Simmons of the Twins, Michael Fulmer of Detroit, Alex Wood of the Giants, Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals, followed up by Austin Roaming of the Cubs, Adam Eaton of the White Sox, Nicky Lopez of Kansas City, Adrian Morjan of the Padres, Michael Sano of the Twins. We have a Stan Musial NL All-Star of the 35th Anniversary Edition, followed by Chris Sale of the Red Sox, Will Myers of the Padres, Trey Mancini of the Orioles, and Joe Musgrove of the Padres. We've got Josh Hader of the Milwaukee Brewers, followed by Andrew McCutchen of the Phillies, James McCann of the Mets, Walker Buehler of the Dodgers, the San Diego Padres team card, followed by Daz Cameron of the Detroit Tigers RC, Luis Urias of the Brewers, Jose Garcia of the Reds, Chad Wallich of the Marlins, and out of 2001, Ben Gamel of the Milwaukee Brewers, followed up by Christian Walker of the Diamondbacks, Raymond Laureano of the A's, Jared Walsh of the Angels, and Marcus Stroman of the Mets. 2 packs left right here, including that hobby exclusive. Estevan Florial RC of the Yankees, followed up by Rafael Montero, Eddie Rosario, the Braves pitcher time. We have the Texas Rangers Sam Huff RC going to Ryan, followed up by Kyle Schwarber of the Nationals, Yusel Kikuchi of the Mariners, Xander Bogaerts of the Red Sox, the Silver Aaron Nola of the Phillies, the statistically significant 0.15 XBA allowed, followed by Delano DeShields, Isaiah Kinner Falafel, Victor Reyes of the Tigers, and Starlin Castro of the Nationals. And here we go, our hobby exclusive. We've got Tim Anderson with the White Sox, Craig Biggio with the Astros, Trevor Rogers with the Marlins, and David Wright with the Mets. Alrighty, let's run down these rookies. We have Sam Huff with the Rangers, followed by Estevan Florial of the Yanks, Jose Garcia of the Reds, Daz Cameron of Detroit, Braxton Garrett of the Marlins, William Contreras of the Braves, Braylon Marquez of the Cubs, Jared Olivia of the Pirates, followed by Johan Ovidio of the Cardinals, Jonathan Stever of the White Sox, Keegan Aitken of the Orioles, TJ Antoine of the Reds, Zach McKinstry of the Dodgers, Jake Woodford of the Cardinals, JT Brubaker of Pittsburgh, Matt Foster of the White Sox, Rafael Marchand of the Phillies, Sherton Apostle of the Rangers, Ryan Jeffers of the Twins, the 35th anniversary edition, Shane McCallahan of the Tampa Bay Rays, Clark Schmidt of the Yankees, Jake Cronenworth of the Padres, Jordan Weems of the Athletics, Luis Garcia of the Astros, Taylor Widener of the Diamondbacks, Dalton Jeffries of the Athletics, Mickey Moyniak of the Phillies, Julian Merriweather of the Blue Jays, Jonathan Aruz of the Red Sox, Andy Young of the Diamondbacks, Lewin Diaz of the Marlins, Johan Ramirez of the Mariners, Hai-Sung Kim of Detroit, or of the San Diego Padres, followed by Shane McClanahan of the Rays, Dean Kramer of the Orioles, Anoli Paredes of Houston, Trevor Rogers of the Marlins. We have Alex Kirilloff of the Twins, Ke'Bryan Hayes of Pittsburgh, followed by Tom Hatch of the Blue Jays, Garrett Crochet of the White Sox, Luis Alexander Basabi of the Giants, followed by Drew Rasmussen of the Brewers, Jazz Chisholm of the Marlins, Ryan Weathers of the Padres, Andre Scrub of the Houston Astros, followed by Johan Heim of the Rangers, Jahmai Jones of the Orioles, Adonis Medina of the Phillies, Josh Fleming of the Rays. We have Alejandro Kirk of the Blue Jays, Pavin Smith of the Diamondbacks, Luis Campusano of the Padres, Jose Marmelos of the Mariners, Miguel Urge of the Pirates, Brent Rooker of the Twins, Tanner Hook of the Red Sox, Jojo Ramiro of the Phillies, Mark Matthias of the Brewers, Tucker Davidson of Atlanta, and Zach Birdie of the White Sox. Alrighty, now on to these featured cards. First, we've got two of the Platinum players. We have Randy Johnson of the Mariners, and then we also have Ricky Hernandez of the Athletics. Followed up are out of 299. It is going to be Mike Zunino with the Tampa Bay Rays. And then we have the Major League material, Dustin May of the Dodgers going to Jonathan, and the Javier Baez auto of the Chicago Cubs going to T-Man. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of break 958. And we will be right back from BT Field. Here we go. We have the Panini Contenders draft pick break ready to rock. And we've got some teams to auction off here. And they're going to be another 3-pack. This time it's going to be a combination of the Chargers, the Titans, and the Washington football team. And we'll start the bidding for that 3-pack at $5. Caleb, you should have received a combined invoice that needed to be paid before everything before they were auctioned off. So unfortunately, because those invoices all went out last night by 10:30 p.m., so that you should have received that combined invoice. And unfortunately, since we didn't receive payment before now, we're unable to take it. But if you bid on them right now, you also get out of paying shipping as well. So that works for you. We have $10 as the high bid from T-Man. Bidding is in increments of 5. And if we get to Caleb can take it with 15 if he puts in the bid here. Yeah, I'm not sure why you wouldn't have seen that invoice. I know they all went out.
Those actually individuals or?
Yeah, they're always in the correct. Oh, they're all individual, except for this. All right, we have $10 from T-Man. Do we have 15 from Caleb? Alrighty, we are going to start the countdown right now. Starting the countdown on 30 seconds. Get your bids in, and you can send a payment via PayPal. Alrighty, T-Man is in. Well, you would pay via PayPal. T-Man, you know what to do for $10. Caleb, I just went through all of my messages in yeah, you would have received a shipping refund and an invoice after that payment as well. I apologize that we didn't see that. It got mixed in with all of the other we get a ton of messages from eBay when we're doing the invoicing. I really apologize about that. Alrighty. This is break 959, the 2021 Contenders Draft Picks College Football Pick Your Team. Here we go. We're looking for 6 autos. It'll be interesting to see if they do these cards next year. Well, maybe they will, but well, I guess the players are already getting compensated. But I was thinking with the new ruling from the NCAA that could screw things up. But they're all getting compensated, so never mind. We've got Darius Leonard, followed by Devontae Parker, Russell Wilson, Myles Gaskin. Oh my Lanta! Boom! There we go. Kadarius Toney with the Campus ID. The Campus ID, Kadarius Toney of the Giants, and that is going to Harry. First one we've seen in these contenders, and we've been pulling them for quite some time now. Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Green Bay Packers, followed by Zach Wilson of the Giants, or of the Jets. Then we've got campus legends Justin Herbert, followed by Kwity Paye of the Indianapolis Colts. And then it's Gregory Rousseau of the Buffalo Bills going to Mr. CEO, followed by Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons going to David. Yeah, and Caleb, going forward, just so you know, we will always send a combined invoice, so you can always wait and you'll get that combination invoice. And also, if you pay and then pay shipping a second time, we'll always refund the shipping as well. And our auto here is going to be a Florida Gator. That is Marco Wilson of the Arizona Cardinals. Followed up by Kirk Cousins, Deontay Johnson, Aaron Jones, Justin Herbert, Terry McLaurin of the Washington Football Team, and Tyler Boyd of the University of Tyler Boyd from the Bengals. Sorry, wow, really Really struggled with that one. What a first pack. We've got Baker Mayfield, followed by Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson, Cam Akers, Kyler Murray. We've got Devonta Smith of the University of the Philadelphia Eagles to Cynthia, Campus Legends, Joey Burrow, followed by Rashad Bateman of the Ravens and Rondale Moore of the Arizona Cardinals. And then we have Kadarius Toney, 108 receiving yards of the New York Giants, followed by Javian Hawkins of the Atlanta Falcons. Alrighty, and here is the auto, and it's going to be a redemption. Whoo! The RPS College Ticket Variation B, Justin Fields. And that is the Chicago Bears going to Steven. What a hit right there. Followed by Kenyon Drake, Delvin Cook, Jared Goff, David Montgomery, Cam Newton, and Aaron Donald. Hot box for sure. We got James Robinson right here. Followed by Tyreek Hill, Cameron Jordan, C.D. Lamb, Deshaun Watson, Campus Legends, Patrick Mahomes, followed by Jalen Waddle of the Miami Dolphins. Then we've got Trey Lance of the San Francisco 49ers going to Steven, Elijah Moore of the Jets going to Jake, Kyle Trask of Tampa Bay going to Ricardo, a Campus Legends. That's Kyler Murray of the Arizona Cardinals. And then our auto is going to be Trey Ragas of the Las Vegas Raiders going to Harry Hood. And he's having himself a little bit of a break. Followed by Cam Akers out of 199, the conference ticket. And then we've got Allen Robinson, Cole Beasley, Nick Chubb, Tre'Davious White, and DeAndre Hopkins. We've got Christian McCaffrey, followed by Julio Jones, Bobby Wagner, Laviska Shenault, Jonathan Taylor. We have Pat Freiermuth with the Pittsburgh Steelers going to Matt. Then we've got Tylan Wallace of the Baltimore Ravens going to Mr. CEO. The Patrick Mahomes, 734 passing yards, followed by Sage Surratt of the Detroit Lions going to Harry. A Campus Legend, Saquon Barkley, and Javonte Williams of the Denver Broncos. And then our auto is going to be Mr. T.J. Vasher of the Dallas Cowboys, and that's going to Jonathan. Followed up by DK Metcalf, Juju Smith-Schuster, Derrick Henry, Aaron Rodgers, Melvin Gordon, and Lamar Jackson. All right. We've got Derek Carr of the Raiders, Ronald Jones II, Travis Kelce, Roquan Smith, Adam. It's more than a Thielen because it's Adam Thielen. More than a feeling because it's Adam Thielen. Then we got Sam Ehlinger of the Indianapolis Colts going to Harry, followed by Aaron Rodgers of the Green Bay Packers, Michael Carter of the New York Jets, followed by a Campus Legend, Zeke Elliott, a Justin Fields, 320 passing yards of the Bears going to Steven, and a Javon Holland of the Miami Dolphins going to Ricardo. And here we go. Our auto here is going to be a cornerback from the University of Georgia. That is Eric Stokes of the Green Bay Packers. And that is going to T-Man. We've got Elvin Kamara, J.J. Watt, Kelvin Ridley, Robert Woods, Phillip Rivers, and Devin Singletary to finish off that pack. And we've got one more pack remaining. A hot box indeed. And we've got Patrick Mahomes of Texas Tech, Joe Burrow of LSU, Minka Fitzpatrick, Javonte Adams, Jordan Love, and then we got Trey Sermon of the San Francisco 49ers, and that is going to be going to Steven, followed by Caleb Farley of the Tennessee Titans, going to T-Man. Campus Legends, my boy, Josh Allen of the Buffalo Bills, followed by Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars, going to Daniel. Then we got Kylan Hill of the Green Bay Packers going to T-Man, and Jamar Chase of the Bengals going to David. And then our auto is going to be Osa Oduigwusa, a defensive tackle from the University of UCLA, and now a member of the Dallas Cowboys, going to Jonathan. Followed up by Matty Stafford, Jalen Hurts, Devin White, Tyler Lockett, Jarvis Landry, and Antonio Gibson. Alrighty, let's run down these rooks. We got Jamar Chase of the Bengals, Kylan Hill of the Packers, Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguars, Caleb Farley of the Titans, Trey Sermon of the San Francisco 49ers, Javon Holland of the Dolphins, Justin Fields of the Bears, Michael Carter of the Jets, Sam Ehlinger of the Colts, Javonte Williams of the Broncos, Sage Sherrod of the Lions, Tylan Wallace of the Ravens, Pat Freiermuth of the Steelers, Kyle Trask of Tampa Bay, Elijah Moore of the Jets, Trey Lance of San Francisco, Jalen Waddle of Miami, Javian Hawkins of the Falcons, Kadarius Toney of the Giants, Rondale Moore of the Arizona Cardinals, Rashad Bateman of the Baltimore Ravens, Devonta Smith of the Eagles, Kyle Pitts of Atlanta, I am Groot of the Buffalo Bills, followed by Kwity Paye of the Cardinals, of the Colts, and Zach Wilson of the Jets, and Terrace Marshall Jr. of the Panthers to wrap up that rookie rundown. Now let's go look at these featured cards. Hoo-wee. Here we go. We have Marco Wilson of the Arizona Cardinals going to David, followed by Trey Ragas of the Raiders going to Harry. Then we got Eric Stokes of the Green Bay Packers going to T-Man. Osa Odiguzzi, I screwed that all up, of the Dallas Cowboys going to Jonathan, and TJ Vasher of the Dallas Cowboys as well. And now here we go. And we're going to be doing two boom booms here. Because first we have the redemption, Justin Fields. That rookie ticket valuation redemption. Let's try to get a price on that. The variation B, we're looking around 250. We've got a wide range of them on the 215, 220, 275 on those ones being sold. So we're gonna mag that up so that we remember that it is a big hitter. Wowza. $250 right there. And then who would think that the Justin Fields is not the biggest out of 40, or the Justin Fields rookie variation B going for 200 isn't the biggest one in the box, but it's not. I guess it is in price-wise, but in rarity, we have the case hit, the Kadarius Toney Campus ID of the New York Giants going to Harry Hood. Woo! There we go. That is the end of break 959, and we'll be right back from the hardwood. Here we go. We're on the hardwood with this Revolution hobby, and we're going to get right into it. This is break 960, the 2020-2021 Revolution hobby one box. Pick your team. Can we keep this heat going? 5 cards per pack, 8 packs per box. Karis Levert of the Nets, followed by Jaylen Brown of the Celtics, Eric Gordon of the Rockets, a Skylar Mays RC, and then Onika Okongwu of the Atlanta Hawks going to Louisant. And that's Skylar Mays, also of the Hawks, going to Louisant. We've got holding up for the hero. It's Tyler Hero of the Heat, Blake Griffin of the Clippers, Lauri Markkanen of the Bulls, followed by Colin Sexton of the Cavs, and then a Vortex John Wall. Vortex John Wall to wrap up that bad boy. We've got Jimmy Butler of the Heat, Al Horford of the Thunder, Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors, followed by a Joel Embiid Sunburst of the 76ers. That's going to Joey G. And then we've got a Jameis Ramsey of the Sacramento Kings, and that is going to Lee. We've got Derrick Rose, followed by Ja Morant. And then we have a Karl Anthony Towns, followed up by Skylar Mays of the Atlanta Hawks, the second Skylar Mays. And then we have a rookie revolution, Jalen Smith of the Phoenix Suns. We've got Mike Conley of the Jazz, followed by LeBron James of the Lakers, Jarrett Culver of the Timberwolves, a rookie revolution, Anthony Edwards going to CNL of the Timberwolves right there, followed by Alejandro Pokusevski to finish off that pack. And we are just over halfway through this break. Fire, fire, fire. We got the Lonzo Ball, followed by Michael Porter Jr., Norman Powell of the Raptors, Aaron Gordon of the Magics, and a Shockwave, Luka Doncic of the Dallas Mavericks. Markelle Fultz of the Magic, followed by Kevin Love of the Cavaliers, Russell Westbrook of the Rockets, a Colin Sexton groove right there of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And then we got Kira Lewis Jr., RC of the New Orleans Pelicans, going to Frederick. And we're down to our last pack in this bad boy. We have Steven Adams of the Pelicans, followed by John Wall of the Rockets, Terry Rozier of the Hornets, Aaron Gordon of the Magics, and a Kyrie Irving Vortex. Kyrie Irving of the Brooklyn Nets to Mr. CEO. Alrighty, let's run down these hits and rooks. Kira Lewis Jr. of the Pelicans, followed by Alejandro Pukusevsky of the Thunder, the Rookie Revolution, Jalen Smith of the Phoenix Suns, followed by Skylar Mays of the Hawks, Jameis Ramsey of the Kings, Onika Okongwu of the Hawks, another Skylar Mays of the Hawks, and then here it is the Rookie Revolution, Anthony Edwards of the Timberwolves to finish off that break. Boy, oh boy, did we get hot to end break 960. And we'll be back in a minute from the football field. But first, we're going to take a second to continue our giveaways clues from last night. This is the last clue for this movie. There's going to be 5 clues posted, and you'll have 1 minute to guess the movie. The clue is inversion. Inception. No, but good guess, Shannon. You know, I'm feeling generous. You're on the right track, Shannon. Tenet. Jonathan's got it. Tenet is the correct movie there. Let's see what we've got for Mr. McKissick. We've got a Mosaic, the 2020 Mosaic. Darren Waller of the Raiders, Aaron Jones of the Packers, Brian Burns of the Panthers in the green and yellow, Jerome Bettis. Right there. Nice giveaway there, and we will be right back from BT Field. Alrighty. Well, this is break 961, but before we get started on that, we have to auction off the Indianapolis Colts, and we will be starting the bidding for them at $10. $10 raise for the Indianapolis Colts. $10 for the Colts. $10 from T-Man. Do we have 15? Do we have 15? $15 from Mr. CEO. Do we have 20 for the Colts? You can get that black and white Jacob Eason. I know we've pulled one of those. I think we pulled an auto of Jacob Eason too the other day. We've been hot as heck. And we've already been keeping the sizzle going today. So with our last break of the day here, maybe it'll really explode. But we'll start the countdown. We got 30 seconds on the clock. The high bid is 15. $20 from T-Man. 20 from T-Man, and he just outsniped Mr. CEO.
They're getting good at that.
Yeah, the snipers are in. You see T-Man with 20 and Mr. CEO with 25. T-Man, toss your payment in the link. And everyone, if you haven't typed it in the chat yet, type inversion in the chat, and we will run the giveaway on that. Inversion. John, can we get a countdown?
Sure. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It is T-Man.
T-Man gonna kick us off with the Prism Blaster right before we get going here on break 961. We have Jamison Crowder of the Jets, followed by Brian Dawkins of the Eagles, AJ Terrell of the Falcons, and an Isaiah Coulter RC of the Houston Texans. Thank you, T-Man. Alrighty. Here we go. This is break 961. 961, the Prism No Huddle one box pick your team. We've got Joe Mixon of the Bengals, Travis Kelce of the Chiefs, Trey Flowers of the Detroit Lions, and we're going to have a auto right off the bat here. And it is a member of the Washington football team, and that's going to be Antonio Gibson with the Disco Hollow right there going to Jason. Followed by Nate Stanley of the Minnesota Vikings. We've got Trey White of the Bills, followed by Adrian Peterson of the Washington football team. We've got a Prism coming up next, right? Or a blue Prism out of 79 going to be coming up next there. Sorry, folks, just fixing something here on the computer on my end. We've got Shaq Barrett of the Buccaneers, and then it's going to be a blue Derek Carr of the Las Vegas Raiders. Followed by a DeAndre Swift RC of the Detroit Lions. Then we got Ben Roethlisberger of the Steelers, followed by Max Crosby of the Raiders, Raheem Mostert of the 49ers, a unstoppable Aaron Donald, and Albert Aquabana of the Denver Broncos going to Harry. We've already got the auto out of the way. Let's see what this black and white's going to bring us. N'Keal Henry of the Patriots, Kyle Fuller of the Bears, Trey Boston of the Patriots, the Disco, Aeneas Williams of the Cardinals, and then we've got Brian Edwards, lying in bed, just like Brian Edwards did, of the Las Vegas Raiders going to David. You know that jam, John? No?
I don't think so. Sorry.
It's okay. John and my music taste, not similar. That's BNL or the Bare Naked Ladies for all y'all out there. J.J. Watt of the Texans, Justin Simmons of the Broncos, Shaquille Griffin of the Seahawks. And then we got a blue Jamison Crowder out of 79, followed by Mr. Julian Blackmon of the Indianapolis Colts. Mr. Julian Blackmon of the Colts. And that is going to be going to T-Man. We've got Lamar Jackson of the Ravens, Brandon Graham of the Eagles, Rob Gronkowski of the Bucks, followed by a Disco T.Y. Hilton, and then Zach Bond of the New Orleans Saints going to Brock. Brock, that sounds like a football player's name right there. We've got D.D. Westbrook of the Jags, Derek Carr of the Raiders, Donald Driver of the Packers, the Disco RC Kyle Duggar of the Patriots, followed by Mr. Michael Warren II of the Philadelphia Eagles. We've got Sam Hubbard of the Bengals, Anthony Miller of the Bears. We're going to have an out of 50 coming up after this Aeneas Williams, and it is out of 50, and that is Mr. Nate Stanley of the Minnesota Vikings going to Justin. Then we got JaMychal Hasty of the 49ers going to George. We've got Brandon Cooks of the Texans, Antonio Gates of the Chargers, Todd Gurley of the Falcons, followed by Jarvis Landry of the Browns, and then it's Julian Okwara of the Detroit Lions going to Christina. We've got Juju Smith-Schuster of the Steelers, Keelan Doss of the Raiders, Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs, and our black and white is going to be an Indianapolis Colt, and it is Michael Pittman Jr. You know, here at BreakTraders, we carry over the magging of the black and whites, and that is going to T-Man. Followed up by Michael Ajemudia of the Denver Broncos. Alrighty, let's see what we've got here. Stephon Gilmore of the Patriots, Eddie Jackson of the Bears, Ronald Jones II of the Buccaneers, a red out of 50, Allen Robinson II, and then we got Lynn Bowden Jr. of the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, I would say in long-term value, Michael Pittman's your second most valuable Colts rookie from 2020, but that's also like, I don't think Jacob Eason's going to be much more than a career backup. So that's where I'm at. Laramie Tunsil of the Texans, Blake Jarwin of the Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins, a Disco Emergent, J.K. Dobbins of the Baltimore Ravens, J.K. Dobbins Disco Emergent going to Josh. And then, you know, just as I was talking that trash, it is a Jacob Eason base RC. Jacob Eason base of the Colts going to T-Man. Then we've got Hollywood Brown, Brian Dawkins, the Eagles, the Fireworks, Christian McCaffrey, the Lockdown, Patrick Peterson, and then Jordan Brooks of the Seahawks. Then we got DJ Chark, followed up by Terrell Williams of the Raiders, Cooper Kupp of the Rams, and a blue Jawan Jennings Disco RC right there. And that is going to be number 54 out of 79, followed by AJ Terrell of the Atlanta Falcons. Followed up by Carlos Dunlap of the Bengals, Akeem Hicks of the Bears, Dante Fowler of the Falcons, the Disco Ryan Tannehill, and Jawan Jennings of the 49ers. We got Preston Williams of the Dolphins, Michael Gallup of the Cowboys, Go Hard or Go Home, Patrick Mahomes, followed by an all-out Mark Andrews, and then Josiah DeGuara of the Green Bay Packers. CJ Mosley of the Jets, Malcolm Butler of the Titans, Fred Warner of the 49ers, and a red out of 79, Richard Sherman, or out of 50, sorry, 10 out of 50, that's Richard Sherman of the 49ers. And then we got Keyshawn Vaughn of Tampa Bay going to Matney. And here we go, the final pack. Peyton Manning of the Colts, Dexter Lawrence of the Giants, Michael Thomas of the Saints, the Fireworks, Josh Jacobs, and then Vanny Jefferson of the Rams. Not a super hot box, that's for sure. Alrighty, let's run these down. We have Van Jefferson of the Rams, Keyshawn Vaughn of the Buccaneers, Josiah DeGuara of the Packers, Juwan Jennings of the 49ers, AJ Terrell of the Falcons, the blue Juwan Jennings of the 49ers, followed by Jordan Brooks of the Seahawks, Lynn Bowden Jr. of the Raiders, Michael Jamidier of the Broncos, Julian Okora of the Lions, JaMychal Hasty of the 49ers, Nate Stanley, the red out of 50 of the Minnesota Vikings, Michael Warren, the second of the Eagles, the Disco Kyle Duggar of the Patriots, Zach Bond of the Saints, Julian Blackmon of the Colts, Brian Edwards of the Raiders, Albert Aquabana of the Broncos, DeAndre Swift of the Detroit Lions, and Nate Stanley of the Vikings. And now on to these featured cards. We've got the Disco Emergent J.K. Dobbins and the Jacob Eason base. That J.K. Dobbins going to Josh and Jacob Eason to T-Man. And then we've got the Antonio Gibson Disco Auto of the Washington Football Team going to Jason. And the last one in this break is going to be our black and white, and that is Michael Pittman Jr. of the Indianapolis Colts going to T-Man. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of break number 961. And with that, that is the end of our show today. We had those 4 eBay breaks, and we are very excited for tomorrow and the weeks after. And let me tell you why. Tomorrow night, we've got 10 breaks listed on eBay that are closing tonight. Some starting at 7:30 Eastern Time, some starting at 10:30 Eastern Time tomorrow night. So if you're a night owl or a West Coast Break Traders community member, you can get in on that late night action. In addition, we've got the 2021 Panini Chronicles draft picks release tomorrow night, and we've got a lot of breaks on our site there that you can right now get 30% off of using the promo code CHRONDP30. That gets you 30% off all of those breaks. And then we're super excited about what's coming next week. And what's that? It is a mixer madness on our eBays. On Wednesday, we're running 2 mixers. The first one is going to be a basketball mixer, 2020-2021, Prism Hobby Basketball, Contenders Hobby Basketball, and Revolution Hobby Basketball. That's going to be on Wednesday night. We're going to have one break of that on Wednesday night and 2 breaks of that on Friday night. And then also our football mixer on Wednesday night is going to be a Prism Hobby No Huddle, a Select Football Hobby, and then a Chronicles Hobby. And that's going to be 1 break on Wednesday night. And then our Friday mixer break, we're going to have 2 of them. It's going to be Chronicles Hobby, Prism No Huddle, and then a Mosaic Football Hobby right there. But let's run down these mags first, and then we'll get into, or then we'll say sayonara. Here we go. The Panini Contenders draft picks, we had 2 huge hits. Huge hits. We had the rookie RPS college ticket variation Justin Fields right there. And then we also had the Kadarius Toney Campus ID case hit. And then in the last break of the afternoon, the break 961, we had the Michael Pittman Jr. black and white of the Indianapolis Colts. And there we have it, folks. That is the end of today's show. Thank you for being with us. Next week, or tomorrow night, we start at 7:30. Next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m., Thursday at noon, Friday at 7:30. We can't wait to see you. Thank you to John and Dan here. And most importantly, thank you to you, the BT community. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Have a great day.